Welcome to Serenity Productions.
Hi! If you could, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps us out at the bookstore. Thanks!
Alright. Lockpicks, healing salves. What little of a sun-kissed stone we have. I'm going over everything because we are literally one day away from entering hell. Or what I would perceive to be one of the many hells. Princey, it's a place with no sun or moon and a volcano that's constantly erupting, causing the sky to be completely blacked out, which means you and I will be powerless. So yes, forgive me as I spend what could be our possible last night in peace. God's given there are no draugrs anywhere around us again, going over our supplies, which are not enough. I'm pissed because the one town that we ran by, the one town that could have had extra healing supplies or lockpicks or maybe a sharpener for our weapons, was overrun by fucking Imperial Knights. Looking for you, and probably going to kill me on sight, so I'm a little annoyed. And what the draugr had on them were not nearly enough to compensate for any of this. Which means we are short-supplied, along with being short-handed. Little resources and a very, very big job ahead of us, and I'm getting nervous. I'll admit it. I am nervous. I've had very, very many jobs where I have had to improvise with what little I've had, Princey. All of those were fine. This is something completely different that I've never been up against before. And for all my bravada that I may have been fronting before, I would very much like to be plain with you right now. I have no idea if we're going to make it out of this alive. I have no idea if we're going to get your sister out alive. I have no idea if this plan is going to work. I have enough power in me for 2 shadows. 2. You have enough power in you for maybe one big spurt of sun-kissed glory. We have 4 lockpicks, 2 healing salves, a couple of throwing knives that, quite frankly, couldn't cut cheese at the moment. Oh, yes, and your sword, which has taken a few nicks in it because you decided to see if you could ram into an armored draugr. I did tell you some of them were magically enhanced. Because stupid fucking necromancers like to see if they can bring the dead back and how far they can take it and decide to actually make monsters out of monsters. The problem is, the necromancer forgets that they're not immortal either, and they can also die, which means they leave all their little pets out for all of us to deal with. That's how that happens. Have you never had to just go out into the wilderness and see what you could find? Well, if you're going to make anything illegal, any magic use illegal, you should make necromancy illegal. That type of magic is perverse. It goes against nature. Everything must die. Everything has a season and an end. Just as everything has a beginning, and for new things to come, some things must die. Which might be us. We might be the old things that are about to die. And the new thing that might happen might be your father's grand empire of the entire fucking continent. I'm sorry. My nerves are getting to me. This plan, it's slowly falling apart. I should have packed more. I should have regarded consequences of things that I did not foresee, and I was dumb. I'll admit it. I was dumb. Very, very dumb, and sure-headed, and thick-headed. Thick-headed is the correct word for it. Overconfident, overzealous. We have one shot at this. One, we fail here. And that's it. Every plan of rebellion lands on us making sure we remove the one leverage he has over you and getting her to safety. And we fuck this up, well, we're dead. She's probably dead. And that'll be that. It literally looks like hell on the plane, doesn't it? I have never been this close to an active fucking volcano. Because I've never wanted to get close to a mountain that spews lava constantly, Princey. It's not really been one of my top 10 things to do before I go into the after. We can't take the horses with us. They won't survive the trip. Which means we'll be walking the rest of the way, which will take a couple of days. And that place brings its own monsters with it. Draugr will be the least of our worries. I'm glad you're sure we can do this. Even though everything pretty much points to us dying. I know this was my idea. I'm fully aware. Trust me, I am kicking past me in the ass right now. You look too excited and too eager for this. I wish I could say I was the same. I mean, this has to be the biggest heist I probably will ever pull in my lifetime. Oh, stealing you was easy. This is stealing a princess from a fortified location in a place where neither of us will have our powers against a mini army of your father's finest guards. Oh, if we pull this off, this goes down in history as my finest heist. Val will be so pissed that he wasn't involved. Think your sister will be happy to see you after all these years, or is there some pent-up resentment there? Oh, I'm just wondering if I should know about it now before we go in and I'm walking into family drama completely blinded. Is she as accepting as you, or do I have years of shadowing hatred to look forward to? Better than you. Maybe she's the one we should be putting on the throne then. I don't know. We just leave you locked up in there and we put your sister on the throne if she's so accepting. You're right. I would miss you too much. I'm going to do my best by you and your sister. I'm going to give it my everything, and if I die trying, then... Well, no one can say I went down without a fight. And I think that would be the most offensive thing anyone would ever say about me. I'll make it enough. I've had my whole life of making a lot out of nothing. I just figure I get these nerves out of my system now by venting rather than having a nervous breakdown on the road. I figured you agree with me on that one. All right. No use in delaying it any longer. Hell's calling. It'd be rude not to answer. Good to know even the Sun-Kissed Prince has a little bit of reservations about this. You know we're gonna have to keep that to a minimum once we get your sister out, correct? Well, she might be okay with shadowlings. I don't know how she's going to feel about her brother dating a thief. A shadowling thief, to be exact. I guess you're right, there is only one way to find out. Well, let's go save a princess. Never thought I'd say that. Help me pack up and then help me get off whatever we can of the horses. Which, by the way, you're going to be carrying most because even without your sun-kissed powers, you still got more muscles than I do, big boy. It's a compliment, Princey. Let me have my justs and my jabs before I start spiraling into every possible thing that can go wrong as we enter into this. Yeah. No time like the present. Let's get going before something else catches up with us.